Hi folks, Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com, and today I decided I'm going to eat a nice healthy sandwich. I made my homemade seafood salad, went out and got some great bread because bread's supposed to be good for your heart. So I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, this looks good. You know, reduces, lowers heart disease, 11 natural ingredients here. So I'm like, all right, cool, this looks good. And so anyway, get home, make my sandwich, I'm eating it, and for some reason I started glancing over here at the bag, and what I found, right here, I put up a red flag in my head, sodium aluminum phosphate. So I'm like, what the hell is aluminum doing in bread? So going to Wikipedia, and Wikipedia says sodium aluminum phosphate is an inorganic compound consisting of sodium salts and aluminum phosphates. And when you hear aluminum in neurological senses in people's heads and everything, then humans don't mix. So I'm like, all right, maybe it ain't that bad because it is listed that it's used in baking powder and some other stuff. But a watch list here from EWG talk about a watch list about certain salts and everything else, and it gets into aluminum. And yeah, it says right here, animals exposed to aluminum in the womb have such changes of behavior and learning and motor response. And neurotoxicity has occurred in people's undergoing dialysis who received large doses of unpurified water, which contains the same stuff here. A direct link between aluminum food additives and neurological effects has not been proven, but a link with Alzheimer's disease and other neurological degenerative disorders has been proposed. So they're trying to downplay it, even though they're kind of admitting it. But it goes on more. I'm like doing more research here, and when you go to livestrong.com, and it gets into the effects of aluminum right there. So the New York study did this, okay? Small amounts of aluminum can cause no harm, they say. Prolonged exposure or exposure to high levels can cause serious medical problems. Harmful exposure occurs over time from eating foods that contain the food additives sodium aluminum phosphate. Right here, sodium aluminum phosphate. So back here, again, sodium aluminum phosphate from living near aluminum mining. And short-term exposure, such as breathing aluminum dust in workplaces, is also harmful. Aluminum toxicity affects the muscle system and brain, causing muscle weakness, bone pain, osteoporosis, delayed growth in children, altered mental abilities, and dementia and seizures. And that's right here, sodium aluminum phosphate. So it gets worse. Okay, so you go on, keep doing the research, and you go to tox.net there. And this is from the American Journal of Medicine, and the human effects of this inorganic compound, of aluminum. And it talks about the evidence of carcinogenicity, skin and eye respiration irritations, drug warnings, and everything else. And even though most of these websites try to downplay it, but they do admit it. Now, when you go to naturalnews.com, you got to dig up tons of articles, tons of it. The same aluminum that they use in vaccines causes neurological effects. Vaccine ingredients, one aluminum phosphate increases, and they're putting aluminum phosphate in the vaccine still. And it's causing toxicity, and it enhances mercury poisoning and everything else. And aluminum vaccines, deodorant warning, aluminum salts, which is this aluminum phosphate. And it causes tumors in the deodorant. And vaccines containing aluminum show causes of neurological damage, Alzheimer's, autism, and it's not just the bread here, and it's in everything they put this garbage into. So again, you're supposed to be eating healthy here, but sodium aluminum phosphate, why in the world did they even need to have that in there? They said it's used for 11 purposes, but there's other ways to do it without putting a damn toxic chemical in your bread. You know, why can't we just have a healthy damn sandwich or eat some nice healthy cereal without having some kind of a damn compound that is hazardous, as reported by so many sources. And of course, the CDC, they'll admit it. Yeah, you know, they'll say high doses will cause it. They'll lie about that, but they'll admit it does cause neurological effects, and they'll downplay it and make you think, oh, there's nothing wrong with having aluminum in your foods and your vaccines and your drinks, when there is something very wrong, because aluminum and human bodies do not mix. Okay, it's trying to mix oil and water. That's what you're trying to do. But this is crazy, folks, right there. You know, you walk into a stop, so I went to Stop and Shop. This place is out of Massachusetts, Joseph's Flatbread. So I hope I don't get sued here, but you know what? They shouldn't be selling poison to the public. You know, I mean, why do they need to put sodium aluminum phosphate? They could use other stuff. And I haven't even begun to research the other chemical additives. So, I mean, this stuff, anything you can't pronounce shouldn't be in there, really. But this one right here, the sodium aluminum phosphate, you don't need aluminum in your food. And it's tons of evidence of cause this stuff here, sodium aluminum phosphate causes all kinds of disease like Alzheimer's, autism, and everything else, all kinds of neurological effects. And as you read, what it does to animals, could you only imagine what it's doing to humans? Imagine a mother that's pregnant who thinks she's eating healthy, good for the heart, she thinks it's good for the baby, but has no idea at all that she's causing her baby harm by ingesting sodium aluminum phosphate. But the CDC will say, oh no, it's only small parts. It's good. It's not bad for you. Well, it's not good for you either, because if you eat this all the time, it's not small parts anymore. It's a lot. So you be the judge, folks. I mean, it's disgusting. You know, and the funny thing here says, we don't cut corners. It has all this health stuff, but the bottom here says partially produced with genetic engineering. Yeah, it's supposed to be healthy and natural, but genetic engineering and sodium aluminum phosphate. So this is Dan Bidondi, TruthRadioShow.com. God bless.